Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Target Check. And what a week it was on the forex markets. The pairs I chose at least did most of the moves I had predicted for the week. And I'm gonna jump in on the trades that I had not taken in for the week first, and then I'll hop into the ones I did take. So I'm gonna hop into AUD USD. AUD USD, I wanted a short on, and it did do that move, I believe, Monday night. I did not catch that move. I caught actually NZD USD instead. But it was a great move to catch. Honestly, you could have caught AUD USD and AUD CAD at the same time, and you probably would have made double the money. It had a clean move. To be honest, I would have had entered on the 1 hour or the 30-minute structure around here. So if you go over here, I would have most likely entered right about here on the 30-minute, or if I would have chosen the 1 hour, I would have chosen it right after this structure change on this little head and shoulders it kind of created on the 1 hour. And if I put my position here, I would have 100% entered right around here, would have put my stop loss right there at that structure, and I would have dragged this down until a 1 to 2, and the 1 to 2 would have hit right here. So it was a clean move, to be honest. So it was a good short for the week on AUD USD. Next up is AUD CAD. AUD CAD, I also wanted a short on, as well as AUD USD. They cross pair correlate, so it's a good move to catch. If you catch them at the same time, even better. So I'm gonna go over to smaller time frames just so I can show you guys where I would have entered. If you kind of see, it's almost the same structure as AUD USD. It's a little head and shoulders on the 1 hour, and boom, right after this shoulder was created, I would have put my short position right around here. I would have placed it right around here, let's say, and I would have stopped it at a 1 to 2. You would have had a clean 1 to 2.5. To be honest, if you would have closed right there, I would have most likely closed as soon as this candle closed. So if it would have been a 2.4 on a risk reward, it was a clean move. Honestly, sad that I did not enter this trade. I actually entered NZD USD instead. I could have entered all three, to be honest, but I do not try to be that audacious with my entries. But it's definitely something that I will try to start doing on smaller accounts to see how it does go. Next up is NZD USD. NZD USD, I had entered. I did enter this trade, and as you can see here, I had a risk reward set at a 2.81. Very, very greedy of me. Let's just get it started from there. So I had it set originally at a 1 to 2. This is a 1 to 2 right here. Look how close. This shit is from hitting a 1 to 2, and it didn't decide to cross my TP. So guess what FXJR did? I decided to switch my stop loss, put it above the structure right here, and put my TP at a 1 to 2. And after this doji closed, I said, you know what? This shit's gonna go down. This shit's gonna hit my TP with no issue. I'm gonna go to sleep. I wake up, boom, boom, my alerts hit, and I go, hell yeah. And then when I go into Meta and Trading View, and it's like, the fuck? What type of profit is this shit? I was up like almost 3 bands when I had turned off my phone. I woke up to what, $700 in profit on this shit when I was up $3,000. Nah, fuck out of here. Honestly, after this trade, I decided not even to enter any more trades for the week. I canceled out everything on Wednesday before New York section just because I knew that I was in the right mindset to be trading this week. And when you're not in the right mindset, it's better to get off the charts. Next up is Euro JPY, the first trade I had taken for the week. And look, 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 side by side, the same fucking loss, bruh. The same loss. Honestly, this week, I thought it was going to happen. It had the nice retracement, had a beautiful retracement on the daily. So, boom, had that. Then I had an engulfing. I said, beautiful. After this engulfing, I'm going to enter. This happened on Monday. So, this is the first daily Monday candlestick. Boom, for the week. I said, okay, I'm going to enter as soon as this closes. I'm going to wait for a retracement on this 4 hour support level. As soon as it happens, boom, I'll get an entry. As soon as I enter, same thing as last week. Never goes back up. Just never goes back up. That's it. So I've only traded this pair twice, and clearly I'm not good at buys on this trade. So next up, if I ever trade this again, I'm most likely gonna be looking for a short. Clearly, I have not mastered this pair just yet. So I'm not gonna add it to my list anytime soon until I have the right time to backtest this specific pair and check out how I could win on this pair. Next up, CHF JPY. CHF JPY, I took a partial dub on. As you can see here, I wasn't paying attention too much to the market, so I had placed my stops as soon as any shifts of trends will happen on the time frame I had entered. So I believe I had entered on the 1 hour, which I did. I entered on the 1 hour, and as soon as the 1 hour closed under the structure, my stop loss was right here, and it just took me out with a bit of profit. And then I went straight to the downside. When I went straight to the downside, down here, it's when I started doing the correct move for the week. And honestly, that move was pretty insane if I would have caught it. But since I had stopped looking at the market after Wednesday New York session or before New York session, I honestly didn't even see this move happen. But it would have been a crazy move to catch, to be honest. Honestly, the entry was even this yesterday night. You would have boom had this entry right here for a long. Put a stop loss right here. You would have had an easy 1 to 2 today to end off the week. Did not see it. Did not even pay attention. I'm gonna be on the markets when I'm gonna be fully focused on them, so I don't make any more mistakes. Next up, USD CAD. USD CAD I had entered. And this one, well, let me go to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, on the 30-minute time frame, this is where I stopped out. I actually woke up right on time to my alerts, like around 3, 4, 5 a.m. And as soon as I saw that this shifted to the downside, I got out with like $200-300 in profit. And when I got out in $200-300 in profit, boom, I would have went straight to my stop loss the same day. And honestly, gave the correct entry right around here yesterday and today. So if I go for my long position, I honestly would have entered, boom, I would have waited, I would have entered right around here, and then would have placed my stop loss right there. And right there, you had a 1 to 1.7. You could have had a 1 to 2.75 in as little as a couple hours, to be honest, 3, 4, 5 hours. So would have been a crazy move, and you would have held all the way until today. You would have hit a 1 to 4.5. So definitely something to be looking at for the week. You have to be on the charts 24/7 because the opportunities could just show up, and then you're gonna be missing out on money, just like how I did this week, pretty much. Euro CHF, Euro CHF. I did not enter just because I was already in two trades, which was NZD USD and USD CAN. But what a great entry right here. What a great entry right here. Honestly, I would have entered right here, would have put my stop loss very tight, to be honest. Very, very tight. And with a very tight stop loss, I would have done, honestly, I would have put it right here in this structure right here. And I would have honestly hit a 1 to 2 quick and got out of this trade because on the weekly, it definitely looks like it could have gone to the downside. But would have been a great move to get at the beginning of the week. And honestly, if you are a reactive trader, you would have had a great opportunity to get a reactive sell on this pair, which was Euro CHF. Alrighty, so next up we had CAD JPY. CAD JPY, I was looking for the correct retracement on this support level right here, and I never got the rejection that I usually look for in order to enter a trade. It kept going to the downside. It kind of disrespected the support at the end of the week, which was the last daily candle. So to be honest, might not even be looking at this trade for next week. Next up, USD CHF. USD CHF did a great move on Tuesday. That was a great move if whoever would have caught it, to be honest. That was the move to catch this week for USD CHF. I'm going to tell you exactly where I would have placed my entry. Let's go over here. I would have entered this easily on the 1 hour. Let me put my long position. With my long position, I would have put the stop loss right here, and then I would have hit a 1 to 2 for sure. Actually, a 1 to 2, shaving it completely. So it's been a great move in and out pretty quick. So honestly, pretty sad that I didn't catch this one. I was in another trade. When I'm in trades, I usually don't like to enter a lot. But as I said before, I'm gonna see how I could wiggle myself around that because I am missing a lot of opportunities since most of the pairs I do predict for the week tend to do the move almost 80 to 90% of the time. All right, so last but not least was ADJPY. ADJPY, I was waiting to actually enter this one on Wednesday, and I decided not to just because this 4 hour did not complete the structure I wanted it to have. If it would have honestly closed above this support on the 4 hour and would have had more confirmation on the 2 hour, that it would have probably broken above this structure and then retraced just a little bit in order to get this risk reward that I was aiming at to enter, I would have definitely entered this trade. But since it did not show me that, I did not enter this trade. But this was kind of what I was trying to aim at for the week on AUDJPY. So, a quick recap on the trades for the week. I chose 10 pairs total, and out of the 10 pairs, two did not do the move, which was CAD JPY and AUD JPY, and the other eight did the move I had predicted. So honestly, if you guys were on the markets looking at these pairs and you guys were paying attention to my predictions, I know for a fact you guys made some money this week for sure. So hopefully that was the case with you guys. Thank you guys for joining.